What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm using the ChatGPT from OpenAI again. This time, we're going to get 10 t-shirt ideas that we can sell in 2023. And for each prompt, it actually returns multiple potential sub-niches within that niche that I kind of seed it with. So it's going to be really interesting. Crazy how far AI feels like it's come already. And I can't wait to see how much money we can make as a result of using these AI tools. So let's get right to it. So for t-shirt idea number 1, I just straight up asked ChatGPT, what kind of t-shirt will be popular in 2023? I tried to see if I could data mine it to get it to predict the future based on whatever crazy data set it has to kind of draw from and learn from. And it says, it is difficult for me to predict with certainty what kind of t-shirts will be popular in 2023, as trends in fashion can change rapidly and are influenced by a variety of factors such as cultural and societal trends, celebrity and influencer styles, and emerging designers. That being said, t-shirts are a timeless and versatile clothing item that will likely always be popular to some degree. Some trends that have been popular in recent years may continue to be popular in the future, such as vintage or retro inspired t-shirts, graphic t-shirts with bold or colorful designs, and t-shirts made from sustainable and eco-friendly materials. So kind of interesting that I feel like they almost agree with me, or I mean, they're probably looking at the same data set that I am and just kind of looking for patterns. And I feel like if you're doing pattern analysis, yeah, the vintage retro-y style designs, kind of like the one that you see on the left-hand side there. I went to Amazon merch and I just searched for vintage retro, and that was the best seller there. The black cat knocking the cup over saying, I do what I want. So for t-shirt idea number 1, hey, pretty much almost like a design style that you can use to enter different niches. Now the ChatGPT, it likes when we kind of have a more conversational tone and almost set a prompt. So I used this vintage retro design that has a cat, and I said, okay, with that as my inspiration, people love their pets. What is a funny pet t-shirt? And it said, here are 10 different ideas. I work hard so my dog can have a better life, and I can definitely relate to that one. Cats are like potato chips. You can't have just one. My cat is smarter than your honor student. I just want to drink wine and pet my dog. My cat is not fat. She's just big boned and fluffy. That sounds like something Cartman from South Park would say. I'm not a cat lady. I'm a cat mom. My dog is the reason I wake up every morning. I have a rescue dog and a superpower. I can't adult today. I have a cat to cuddle. And finally, I didn't choose the cat lady life. The cat lady life chose me. So you can see they got some funny ones. I don't know if it understands humor, but it definitely has some pretty funny ideas as far as pet t-shirts here. So again, I went to Amazon, typed in my dog can have a better life. And you can see one of the, actually, no, I kind of messed up that screenshot, didn't I? That one says I'm just here for the snacks. Whoops. All right. I messed up the t-shirt from prompt number 2. Forgive me. Prompt number 3, I said, I'm a huge fantasy football fan. What are some good fantasy football t-shirt ideas? And it came up with 10 for us. It says fantasy football champion, kind of generic. Fantasy football, not just a game, it's a way of life. I'd rather be drafting, which is funny because you think fantasy football and I'd rather be drafting. That's actually a great t-shirt idea. That's one that I would wear. I love doing fantasy football drafts. And it's not directly related to fantasy football. It doesn't even say fantasy football in the, the idea. So it's interesting that ChatGPT can still draw those together. My other team is in my fantasy league. I don't really know what that means. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm not arguing. I'm just passionately discussing my fantasy team. Fantasy football where champions are made and friendships are broken. I may not be a pro, but I'm a fantasy football pro. Fantasy football, it's not just a hobby, it's an obsession. Fantasy football, where the only thing that matters is the scoreboard. And finally, fantasy football, it's not about the money, it's about the bragging rights. So, and then they say these t-shirts are a great way to show off your love for fantasy football and to express your competitive spirits. I mean, those are all pretty good. I didn't understand the one of them, but the other 9 were good. I said, okay, prompt number 4. Here's some, oh, whoops, I cut off the prompt, but I said, I think, what are some different math-inspired t-shirts? I cut off the prompt. That was my fault. Here are some ideas for funny math-themed t-shirts. Math is my superpower. I'm not arguing. I'm just using math to prove my point. Math, because sometimes 2 plus 2 really does equal 5. Math class, where the only thing we solve is how to cheat on tests. I'm not saying I'm a genius. I'm just saying I can solve equations in my head. Math, because sometimes 1 plus 1 really does equal 11. Math class, where every problem is a word problem and every word problem is a lie. I may not be good at math, but I'm excellent at avoiding it. Math, where numbers go to die. math, because sometimes the answer is 42. So some of them I don't really understand. Maybe it's just me, like the last one, math, because sometimes the answer is 42. But either way, and it's kind of interesting that they do seem to almost front load with like the first, like I said, math shirt, and then it says math colon, and then something funny after that. It's kind of interesting because I wonder if it's like going and data mining somewhere and just like pulling these directly from maybe the title of the shirt design. I don't know where they'd be going to get those, or if it's just like they're coming up with them on their own, and it feels more comfortable in its suggestion if they're truly like dynamic and unique by putting math colon at the front, because we said, hey, I want a math shirt. Idea number 5. So I said, I was a fan of history class back in the day. Give me some funny history themed t-shirts. History, because sometimes the past really does repeat itself. I'm not arguing, I'm just using history to prove my point. History, where every event is a conspiracy theory and every conspiracy theory is true. History class, where every fact is debatable and every debate is pointless. I may not be good at history, but I'm excellent at avoiding it. History, where the only thing we learn is how to forget it. History, because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. History class, where every lesson is a pop quiz and every pop quiz is a surprise. I'm not saying I'm a history buff, I'm just saying I can recite every date in my head. History, because sometimes the past really does come back to haunt us. So, I mean, it's doing a pretty good job. And like, guys, any platform where you have lots of uploads, you can just do text-only designs super quickly and not even have to come up with them if you want to trust these ChatGPT functions, and if you are understanding like whatever marketplace you're selling on, if you understand a little bit of how to communicate to the algorithm what it is you're selling so that it knows how to place them in front of the right customers. By the way, guys, we're halfway through. Make sure you check out the links in the description. Grab my free print-on-demand mini course. Give me your email address. I'll send you 1 lesson a day for 8 days to help you get started. And check out my Amazon merch Facebook group. You can find a link down there and join for free. All right, t-shirt idea number 6. I was thinking, we're talking about history and big significant historical events. Did we go to the moon? Why not? Let's throw it a curveball here. And it said, yes, we successfully landed on the moon as a part of the Apollo program. So basically the generic response you'd expect. All right, great. Thanks for confirming for me. Can you please share some funny moon-related t-shirt ideas? And it said, sure, here are some funny ideas, or some ideas for funny moon-themed t-shirts. I may not have gone to the moon, but at least I have the t-shirt. I went to the moon and all I got was this lousy shirt. The moon, where no one can hear you laugh. I may not have gone to the moon, but I've definitely been to outer space, the top shelf of my closet. I went to the moon and all I got was this rock and some amazing memories. The moon, where the only thing we have to fear is gravity. I may not have gone to the moon, but I've definitely been to the moon and back on the elliptical at the gym. The moon, where even astronauts get lost. I went to the moon and all I got was this crummy t-shirt and some serious bragging rights. I may not have gone to the moon, but I've definitely been to a place just as strange, the grocery store on a Saturday morning. All right, so some of them are kind of funny. Some of them are kind of like, what the heck are they saying here? Like the gym elliptical one. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. T-shirt idea number 7. Love it. How about some t-shirt ideas related to planet Earth? Here we go. 10 t-shirt ideas related to Earth. Earth, where the only thing we have to fear is climate change. I may not have traveled to other planets, but at least I have the Earth. Earth, where even astronauts get lost in the oceans. I went to Earth and all I got was this lousy t-shirt and some amazing memories. So it's almost like that one's like a template. They swapped out moon for Earth there. The Earth, where no one can hear you scream except for all the other people on the planet. I may not have traveled to other planets, but I've definitely been to outer space, the top shelf of my closet. That's another one. They did that with the moon. I don't understand that. The Earth, where even astronauts get lost in the forest. So it's another one similar to the moon. I went to Earth and all I got was this rock and some serious bragging rights. So it's another parallel one to the moon. Interesting. I may not have traveled to the other planets, but I've definitely been to a place just as strange, the grocery store on a Saturday morning. Okay, we recognize that. And last, the Earth, where the only thing we have to fear is each other. T-shirt idea number 8. I said, my favorite place to be on Earth is at the beach. What are some good tropical beach themed t-shirt ideas? Here's some ideas for funny tropical beach themed t-shirts. Life's a beach and then you drown. I may not have gone to the moon, but I've definitely been to the beach. The beach, where even astronauts get lost in the sand. Why is it still doing astronauts? That's weird. I went to the beach and all I got was this lousy t-shirt and some amazing memories. The beach, where no one can hear you scream. I may not have traveled to other planets, but I've definitely been to outer space, top shelf. Oh, that's weird. Why is it getting like hung up on that then? So it's treating like beach shirts like it treated Earth shirts, like it treated moon shirts. The beach, where the only thing we have to fear is sunburn. I went to the beach, all I got was this rock. I may have traveled to other planets, but so it's interesting. It's almost like hung up on that. All right, t-shirt idea number 9. What are some other popular vacation ideas? So I just kind of scrolled through the vacation ideas list, and number 2, after beach vacations, mountain vacations. Well, Marielle, my girlfriend, she loves mountain vacations. So let's do some mountain themed t-shirts. I may not have climbed to the top of the world, but I've definitely been to the top of mountains. The mountains where even astronauts get lost. Why is it still doing the astronauts thing? That's weird. I went to the mountains. All I got was this lousy shirt. Mountains where no one can hear you scream. Okay, so it's basically doing the same kind of templated approach. It's weird. Okay, last prompt here. What are the top 10 funniest t-shirt ideas? All right, so now it looks like it got away from where it was hung up earlier on using almost that same templated approach for 10 funny t-shirts. Okay. Number 1, I may not be perfect, but at least I'm not pretending to be. Number 2, I'm not arguing, I'm just passionately discussing my point. I may not be a morning person, but I'm an excellent coffee drinker. I'm not short, I'm just concentrated awesome. I may not have it all together, but at least my eyebrows are on point. I'm not getting older, I'm just leveling up. I'm not procrastinating, I'm just waiting for the perfect moment. I'm not arguing, I'm just explaining why I'm right. I'm not lazy, I'm just conserving my energy. And I'm not laughing, number 10. I'm not arguing, I'm just pretending to listen while I plot my comeback. So I don't know, they're not even that funny. I guess it's, one thing to ask AI to be funny, but if it doesn't understand what funny actually is or means, then it's going to struggle. So I think, there was some potential with some of these, and it kind of got off the rails a little bit later. Maybe I needed to refresh the page and just kind of like let it reset to a baseline 0, because maybe it was basing its answers on the previous air quotes here, conversation, because it is called ChatGPT, like the previous aspects of our conversation. Maybe it was something to do with that. Guys, let me know what you thought in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Like, do you have any ideas for how we can further utilize this AI to make sales in the future? I'd love to hear from you. By the way, as I sign off, wanted to remind you, I have a full Amazon merch course walking you through how I scaled my account up from tier 10 to tier 200,000. I can show you how to utilize the ChatGPT and make optimal designs and provide optimal keywords to increase your sales. You can learn all that in the course, so that's linked in the description. And I've got a link to my private community where I do weekly live streams and office hours. So if you want to get in contact with me, let me help you grow your business directly. That's the easiest, most cost-efficient way to do it. The link is in the description, and it's 40% off. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.